Shri Gurucharitra Chapter 32 Shri Gurudev Datta Parabrahmane Namaha. Conduct of chaste women. The deceased son survives. Siddha Yogi continued the narration of the glory of Shri Gurucharitra to Namadharaka. He Namadharaka, the master, then continuing his preaching to that young widowed woman, advised her this way. If, at the time of husband's death, the wife happens to be with him, she must necessarily accompany her deceased husband to the funeral pyre. If she has children who depend on breastfeeding, she is prohibited from committing this kind of act. So also the pregnant women. Similarly, if her husband expires at a distant, outside place, she need not accompany her deceased husband. She should follow the other kind of religion of widow according to the scriptures. From that course of action, she earns an equivalent amount of religious merit. According to this religion, the widow needs to get her head shaved, take bath daily. She is required to take a single meal a day. Every month she should fast for at least 3 days, must not consume prohibited and impure food, must not use cot for resting, must abandon perfumes, flowers, betel nut, and leaves and other luxurious objects. The issueless widow must offer to her husband oblation by holding sesame and kusha grass in her hand in person, by pronouncing her race, serve Mahavishnu every day, by remembering her deceased husband, must behave according to the will of Lord Vishnu, undertake fasting and pilgrimage. She should lead a life as per the advice given by the preceptor and the learned Brahmins. In the months of Vaishakha, Shravana, Kartika, and Magha, she should practice charity and other religious rituals. Make necessary arrangements for water for the sake of Brahmins. Welcome the guests and serve the food. Offer umbrellas and sandals to pilgrims by way of charity. So also fruits and draught. While offering gifts, donations, widows should remember their husbands and make volition in their names. A widow must gift away all the objects, articles, etc., which she has abandoned to Brahmins. In the month of Kartika, it is advisable for her to donate a lamp filled with oil. She must serve Lord Mahavishnu by way of adornment and Lord Shiva by way of water ablution. She is supposed to wear white clothes throughout her life and keep off ornaments and costly costumes. She should manage everything according to the dictum of her son, who is supposed to be an incarnation of her husband. Therefore, if a widowed woman conducts her life this way, she easily qualifies to earn the merit of act of accompanying her deceased husband to funeral pyre. A chaste woman is equivalent to Bhagirathi. Then the Yogeshwar advised her in the following words. Hey the young woman, I have explained to you both the types of religions to be followed by a widow as prescribed in scriptures, that is, accompanying the deceased husband to the funeral pyre, and the religion of a widow if she wants to live. You may follow the course of action suitable to you and get elevated. Later, the yogi, placing his boon conferring hand on her head, questioned thus, O mother, let me know which one of the two you want to opt for. Then that young widow, lying down on his holy feet, paid obeisance to him and said, Hey, the friend of distressed, the orphaned one, to me you are the mother, father, kith and kin and everything. I am a stranger to this place. I have none here whom I can call as mine. I am still a young beautiful woman. As such, it is but natural for the people to comment on my character adversely and to indulge in abusive and disreputable words. It would be difficult for me to lead a life facing such derogatory remarks. Hence, I feel it is impossible for me to pursue the cumbersome religion of widow. Somehow, I am impressed by the other option, that is, accompanying the deceased husband to the funeral pyre. Therefore, I am opting for it. Then that Yogeshwar told her, Hey the young woman, You shall accompany your deceased husband in an ecstatic state of mind. In this land of actions, no one is immortal. Without waiting for anything, you make necessary preparations for accompanying your deceased husband. However, before that, I advise you to have a meeting with Shri Guruji, who is at Sangam now, and then you can follow the course of action you have opted. By his grace, all your miseries will be distanced. Thus saying, he smeared the sacred ash which was in his hand throughout that dead body. Thereafter, he gave 4 Rudraksh beads to her and instructed her to wear 2 out of the 4 on her neck and tie the remaining 2 to the ears of that deceased husband and then go for rituals of setting fire. He further advised, when you go to meet Sri Guruji, you must devotedly collect the holy water of ablution seva. Then apply that holy water first to your body and thereafter sprinkle the same on the deceased body. Also make arrangements to offer auspicious materials to respectable women and riches to Brahmins, and thereafter you may accompany your deceased husband. Thus saying, the Yogeshwar left the place. That chaste young woman, as per the instructions of Yogeshwar, made all preparations with honest intentions to accompany her deceased husband. She performed the needed rituals and atonement rites of ghost and other related rituals through Brahmins. She wore clothes and ornaments which a respectable woman, Suhasini, is supposed to wear and tied the dead body to her husband. Then she marched towards the river bank for funeral rites, holding fire pot in her hands, slowly and in a cheerful mood. The residents of Gangapur had a high praise for her imitative religious behavior, but a handful of them advised her to desist from the move as she was quite young, who had not yet seen the better part of the world. Further, they suggested that she should very well return to her parents and live with them by pursuing religion. However, she did not heed to their advice. She arrived near the banks of the river along with the dead body. She made all the preparations to set fire to the dead body. But before setting fire, she offered gifts to respectable women and venerated. She also offered money, clothes, and fruits to the best of her ability. Afterwards, she requested those noble ones who had assembled there to accord permission to accompany her husband to the funeral pyre. She acknowledged her sincere gratitude to the people of her village who had accompanied her to Gangapur and for the hardship they had undergone till that day by staying with her, and requested them not to tell the people of her village and her family members about the unsavory incident. She told them that they must convince her people by stating that both of them lived happily at Gangapur by serving the lotus feet of Sri Guruji and that they were in good health. By listening to her dialogue, all of them grieved and sympathized her. However, that widowed woman who was unshaken by the calamity stood close by the dead body in a cheerful mood. When she was about to set fire, she was reminded of the advice given by the Yogeshwar, whom she met earlier, of the Rudraksha beads she had. She tied 2 beads to the ears of the deceased body and the remaining 2 beads to her neck. She requested the Brahmins assembled there to delay the funeral rites by a few minutes till she returned, as she wished to pay visit to Shri Guruji, who was at Gangapur. Then she started towards Sangam hurriedly by remembering Shri Guruji and eulogizing him on the way. After a few minutes' journey, she reached Amarja confluence. There she had the vision of Shri Guruji, who was seated below the peepal tree and prostrated before him. Shri Guruji then blessed her, saying, "Hey virtuous woman, be in a happy and joyous state of mind and lead a life of wifehood for a long time." Once again she prostrated before Shri Guruji. Then Shri Guruji blessed her in the following words: "Let you be happy with 8 sons and live long." The people who were present there got perplexed by listening to the blessing words of Shri Guruji. The ignorant ones, without understanding the hidden meaning of Shri Guruji's words, came forward and questioned Shri Guruji as to how a widow could beget issues. They informed Shri Guruji that she had come there simply to seek his permission before setting fire to the funeral pyre and herself accompanying her deceased husband's body. To that, Shri Guruji told them that his blessings never fail and they are certainly going to be fructified, and that her married life would last long. Shri Guruji instructed her thus: Lord Shankar certainly would keep up my words. Bring the dead body here before the funeral rites. Meanwhile, four Vedic Brahmins arrived on the scene and worshipped the lotus feet of Shri Guruji through 16 modes by reciting Rudra Sukta. Later, they also worshipped the sacred water of Shri Guruji's feet as enjoined in scriptures. Meanwhile, the dead body was brought and placed before Shri Guruji. As per the instructions of Shri Guruji, the covering cloth which was placed on the body was taken out. Brahmins who were there sprinkled the sacred water of Shri Guruji's feet, which were adored. They also collected sacred water tirtha from Guruji's auspicious hands and performed the bath rituals of that dead body through that sacred water. Then Sri Guruji glanced over the whole body through his ambrosia red vision. Life energy passed through instantly in her husband's body, and which was lying unconscious earlier, and her husband Datta Brahman, as if he was awakened from deep slumber, started loosening his muscles at once, got up and sat down. Realizing that he was undressed, he felt ashamed. He wore the clothes given to him and sat at a distance by moving away a little from that scene. He could not make out as to what had happened to him. Then his wife happily narrated to him the whole incident right from the beginning. Both the husband and the wife prostrated before Sri Guruji devotedly. They also praised Sri Guruji by different ways to their contentment. They prayed to Sri Guruji to grace them so that their minds are enriched with devotion and love towards Guru, and to get their minds rested on the lotus feet of Guru forever. Then Sri Guruji blessed the young couple to be possessed with progeny, grains, money, wealth, bliss, happiness, good health, and longevity in their life. In a raised voice, the devotees of Sri Guruji uttered the slogans of victory in his favor. The sentimental ones praised Sri Guruji's benevolent qualities. All of them were wonderstruck and praised Sri Guruji's divine plays. One of the ignorant Brahmins among the people assembled there did not understand the secrets of that episode. He questioned Sri Guruji as to how a deceased Brahmin could come back alive as he died at Creator's will. Then Sri Guruji with a divine smile replied to him thus: Hey Brahmina, I have borrowed 30 years of lifespan from his next birth by praying to Lord Brahma. Therefore he has come back to life. The devotees of Guru, that young couple, in a delighted mood, worshipped and adored dear Sri Guruji. They offered plenty of gifts in cash and kind to the Brahmins. After the sunset, Sri Guruji returned to the mutt at Gangapur along with that young couple. The young couple adored Sri Guruji in mutt premises also and offered salutations devotedly. Here ends the 32nd chapter in the most auspicious Shri Gurucharitra. Shri Gurudev Datta. Shri Guru Dattatreya Arpanamastu.